How are we all doing? We are live. It's Sunday afternoon, and it's another football game, and it's Bayern Munich against Union Berlin. Now, of course, the Bundesliga returned yesterday. Some mixed thoughts and feelings about the game, and the way that it was with everything being behind closed doors and whatnot. But you know what? After the first 15, 20 minutes, once I got into the game, I actually quite enjoyed it. It was really difficult in the opening, parts of it. I felt it was really tough to get into. No fans in the stadium obviously doesn't help. But as the game wore on and the football got better and the goals started going in, I really started to enjoy it. And you know what? We've been so deprived of football at the moment that it's nice to just do it. Now, I'm going to get some comments straight away, right? And there's one that I really want to go and address, right? And let me go and address something like this immediately, right? And it goes to this guy here, Mo. All right. Now, you can have your moment to listen to what I've got to say, because then I'm going to block you, because I've got no time for negativity and idiots like you. All right. The UK and the Bundesliga and Germany are completely and utterly different. I don't want football to come back when it's not safe to do so. In Germany, it's safe to do so. In the UK, it's not. Do I need to spell it out any clearer for people like you? Mug. So let's get rid of him. Let's not highlight him anymore. Block user. Bye-bye. Now, as we mean to go on, of course, I said it was Bayern Munich playing today, and I'm looking forward to the game, actually. I haven't seen the team lineups yet. I haven't seen whether the likes of Serge Gnabry are playing. I'm hoping that they are. Because yesterday, I suppose, with the Dortmund game, everybody was looking forward to seeing the likes of Jadon Sancho, but he was on the bench, and we only got to see 10 minutes or so of him. RB Leipzig, I was looking forward to earlier on. And that was exciting, especially the second half. But yeah, I'm hearing, from some of the comments already that it's a very, very strong Bayern Munich lineup. So I haven't seen it come up yet. We got 5 minutes till kickoff. Let me have a little look on social media and I will see what the side actually is. But yeah, look, listen, what's everyone been doing with their day, their weekend? How are you finding things now that, football is back? Is it what you expected? Are you just happy to get it back? Let's have a little look. Right, yeah, so the Bayern Munich side, it's Neuer in goal. Pavard, Thiago, Lewandowski, Boateng, Goretzka, Davis. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I really, really rate him down that left-hand side. When I watched him against Chelsea, I was very, very impressed. Gnabry, Muller, Alaba, and Kimmich. So yeah, that's a very, very strong Bayern Munich lineup. When you're looking at the substitutes bench, you've got the likes of Perisic, Hernandez, Kingsley Coman on the bench as well. So yeah, they've got a very, very strong squad and a very strong lineup. But for me, I'm really looking forward to seeing Serge Gnabry. That's the one that I want to see. And it will, of course, raise those questions as to why Arsenal got rid of him. But I actually stick up for Arsenal in that sense, because at the time you never realised that Gnabry was going to go on and be the player that he is now. If you go back to his time at Arsenal, it wasn't working out for him. He went on loan. He went to West Brom and he was basically told there by Tony Pulis that he's not good enough. And it just didn't seem to be working out. And it looked like we had one of those players on our hands that could not fulfill his potential. And then he had a really bad injury and he was out for a long period of time. And others came into the squad. And, it was one of those where he just became forgotten about, and there was no doubt in his potential. But you get to a point with a lot of youngsters that come through the side where if they don't make the grade within those first couple of years or so, it's very, very difficult to claw your way back into the fold. The last person that I can really think of going on loan multiple times, coming back and looking like we were going to sell, and then establishing himself within the, the team, albeit he did get sold eventually, was probably Francis Coquelin. He was somebody that, had his chance, was getting shipped out on loan, and then a chance game against West Ham where we got thrown into the team because of injuries. And for a couple of years with Santi Cazorla, he was absolutely immense. And then I think the injury of Santi Cazorla just absolutely ruined everything, and ruined Francis Coquelin as well. But it was one of those, man, with Gnabry. It's not like we sold him while he's like this now. And we didn't sell him to Bayern Munich either. So, yeah, obviously when he went back to Germany, in hindsight, you would have probably liked to have him gone on loan for that year and see him tearing it up in the Bundesliga and then be able to bring him back. But it is what it is. And, he's an Arsenal boy at heart. But listen, he's German, and he's enjoying himself over there, and fair play to him. He's one of the hottest properties in world football. And every time he comes back to London, it might not be Arsenal, but he does the damage. And as he likes to let everyone know, North London is still red. So it's pretty evident where his priorities still lie. But it's one of those, man. I don't blame the club for getting rid of him. It is what it is. And it's only now we look at it and think, wow, what a player we would have had on our hands. Got a question coming here from Danny the Unicorn. Can't wait for football in England to return so I can watch West Ham and Luton Town again. If Arsenal signed Alphonso Davies, where would you play him? Listen, I don't think we've got any chance of signing the likes of Davies right now. He is absolutely immense. I rate the lad so much, man. And it's like, I heard of his name when he was in America, and then, came over to Germany, and he's just been phenomenal for them, man. He is just brilliant. But yeah, I'm having a look here now, and we're looking through some of the results from the weekends. And of course, Dortmund won 4-0. Augsburg, they lost 2-1 to Wolfsburg. Dusseldorf and Paderborn, I think that's how it's pronounced, was 0-0. Hoffenheim losing 3-0 at home to Hertha Berlin. Leipzig drew 1-1. So, yeah, there were some decent results in there. Leipzig, they won't be happy with that. Looking at the table, they're now fourth in the table, and they sit 4 points behind Bayern Munich. So those 2 points dropped yesterday at home are not great. Werder Bremen in the relegation zone. They look way off. 18 points. 9 points from safety from the likes of Mainz. So that's tough, man. That's tough. But yeah, look, listen, we're about to get underway with this game. And of course, Bayern Munich are in their change strip of all white. So I'm looking forward to this game, to be honest with you. I really hope the intensity level's good, and I hope the football on show is good. And, we just hope for a good game overall. So I don't know what to really expect from Union Berlin. I think they sit mid-table in the Bundesliga. But yeah, look, again, same scenarios as yesterday on the touchlines. All the staff and officials wearing the face masks. There's still some questions that I don't understand or can work out. The substitutes being 2 meters apart, wearing face masks. These are people that you train with, you've traveled on the coach with, like you get changed with. And why do you have to wear a face mask and sit 2 meters away if you're cleared and you don't have coronavirus? And it's the same with the goal celebrations as well. Why do you have to you know, have social distancing goal celebrations. You're allowed to, you know, be next to each other on the pitch and whatnot. But then, yeah, weird. But yeah, we're about to get underway in this game. Let me know your score predictions in the comment section whilst I go on to social media and see what everybody is talking about ready for this game. So we are underway. Looks a nice day in Berlin. Beautiful city as well, Berlin. Been there a few times before. First time I actually went to Berlin was when I was actually a youngster. And I think I was only about 15, 16, something like that. We was on a pre-season tour with my football team. And we went over to Germany and we was in Berlin. And I think if I remember rightly, it was just after the Berlin Wall was knocked down. And I ended up getting a piece of the Berlin Wall and coming home with it. And I've still got it. Random. But yeah, piece of history that. But yeah, it was Berlin's a beautiful place, man. The Brandenburg Gates and whatnot. It's really nice. You see Thiago, man. He's always the go-to player in those deep positions. Just seems to pick the ball up and dictate the play. Very, very underrated player, I think. And I say underrated because he probably doesn't get the credit that some of the others within the Bayern Munich team get. So yeah, Union Berlin, first couple of minutes or so, they're looking like they're playing the long ball a bit. So maybe that's a bit of a tactic that they're going to try and spring because Bayern Munich are playing very high with the likes of Lewandowski deflected and just over the bar. Transmission 2020, Lingard asked me if I talked to DT regarding DTFC. I've told you already, mate. Come on now. He ain't getting in the team. He wouldn't get in my reserve team. Let's go through some of these score predictions, see what people are saying. Yeah, I agree with this one as well, saying that Union needs badly the home atmosphere. One of the best in Europe. Empty stadiums is super bad for them. Yeah, look, listen, a lot of these sides, you know what the likes of Bayern Munich and that can do. But a lot of these sides like Union Berlin, they rely on their home fans and the atmosphere and everything. And it may well be, you know, something that's difficult. Just here and there as well, I was wondering where Coutinho was and seeing why he's not even on the bench. And I've just heard that he's just had an ankle operation. So I don't know the severity of that operation and whether he will not be returning back to Munich for the remainder of this season. But I can only imagine that having surgery on his ankle means that that's it. I think his time in Munich may well be done. But maybe... you know, maybe the people in the comment section will know more about that and what's actually wrong with him. Seeing a lot of big scores here. 3-0 to Bayern, 4-0 to Bayern, even a 5-0 to Bayern. Oh, that's a really good turn. Oh, chance there for Union Berlin. That was really, really good play, that. But a shot straight at the keeper. Very comfortable for Neuer. Yeah, Sebastian Andersson's not playing for Union Berlin, and he's their top goal scorer, I believe. So it's a bit of a surprise that he's not starting. Oscar English, what is your long-term plan for DTFC? Stay safe and keep well. Well, next season we're going into league football, and our aim is to just keep continuing with growing and going up the league ladder in non-league. So where we'll end up and where we could go, who knows? But I want to go all the way as far as we can. And hold on. No, nothing. It was an attack for Bayern, but nothing. But yeah, we're just going to work hard. You know, our aim next season is to win the league. And I've got absolutely no doubt my team can go in there and win that. We've kept the same players. We're added to it. And we're going to continue to add to it. So I'm really looking forward to what lies ahead. But, you know, just seeing what people are saying online at the moment. And it's, yeah, a lot of people are going with a Bayern Munich victory. And they see it's going to be quite an easy one. So they think. Let's have a look. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame for Union Berlin when you think of where they've came from and the history and the involvement of the fans, and you know the fans even helped build the club. In terms of the way they had to rebuild it. Oh, he's in here. Oh, Ujar was through then for Union Berlin. He should have done better than that. He was in. And again, it's that long ball that I was talking about. His first touch was really poor. It kind of pushed him to the side a bit instead of in front of him. But yeah, like I was saying, very early in the game, Bayern Munich are playing a very high line. And Union Berlin seemed to be, you know, able to drop balls over the top. And he was in there, and that's the best chance of the game. And he should have done better than that. Oh, Gnabry. Oh, ball nearly fell to him in the box. That was unlucky. Wow. I didn't actually realise that. They've beaten Dortmund and Mönchengladbach this season. Again, they're playing that ball very direct, you know, long ball. You know, the last time I see a team play long ball like this was AFTVFC. That didn't work, did it? Yeah, Rob Lawless says that we missed our fans yesterday in Frankfurt. Yeah, look, listen, I've been to Frankfurt and it's unbelievable atmosphere. And you're definitely going to miss, you know, the fans when they're not there. Be interesting to see what it's like at Bayern Munich when they play their next game at home in the Allianz. And, you know, because, you know, with all due respect to Union Berlin, for example, it's a small stadium. So it might not be as bad as, you know, the likes of the Allianz, the size of that, and nobody in there. Oh, believe me, I don't underestimate Union Berlin at all. I said I think they're a decent side, man, and they seem to have. Oh, Neuer nearly got caught on the ball there. You know what Manuel Neuer's like. I tell you, opening 10 minutes, Union Berlin have done really well. And I think that they've had the better of the opening 10. They could be happy with their opening 10 minutes, but they'd like to have had a goal for, you know, that chance that they had. That's a great ball from Thiago. Davis. Oh, he got tackled there. Wasn't great there. Oh, he's in again. He's in. Oh, why the linesman put the flag up now? The guy sees him running all the way through, keeps running, and then decides to put his flag up, man. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's just offside. But again, Bayern Munich are playing such a high line. It was the first thing I noticed in the opening couple of minutes. High line. And if Union Berlin can get on the ball and actually ping those passes over the top, then they're gone. And Boateng is not the fastest anymore. Very interesting. Bayern haven't really come out of their shell yet. Not been so great. Which player from Bayern would you like to see play for Arsenal? Gnabry. Oh, he's in again. That's a good block by Alaba. Again, that long ball, and he's... Oh... Very, very evident what they're trying to do. And when they ping that ball over the top as well, Berlin seem to have a line of about 3 to 4 players. So it's definitely a tactic that they've worked on and what they're decided to do with Bayern playing such a high line. And I think one of the reasons why Bayern play that high line as well is because they know that pretty much most balls that go over the top, Neuer's there. But Berlin seem to be doing it near enough right. That's a late tackle. Core. Yellow card straight out. That's one of the only things that, with the no fans in the stadium is that you can hear the tackles and you can hear the boots clattering together. Yeah, that was late. Don't need to roll around the floor like that, but it was late. And that's Lenz, and he was yellow carded straight away. The referee weren't having none of that. DT, this might be a stupid question, but are you going to be doing this for the Arsenal games? Yes, I will be. I will be doing this for the Arsenal games, of course. I can't wait till we come back, but as I always keep saying, only when it's safe. And for people that are still not educated and getting their words right, shall we say? The Bundesliga in Germany is completely different to the Premier League and England. Germany dealt with their lockdown early. Germany, done all the right things. And that's why they're so far ahead in terms of, being able to play football again and stuff like that. The infection rate, the death rate is completely uncomparable to the UK. We have the highest infection and death rate in Europe, second most in the world. So when I've had my arguments with Robbie, and you've heard the discussions many times on the podcast, it's about the Premier League. Just because I don't want the Premier League to return at the moment because I think it's still too soon, doesn't mean I don't want to watch football, and doesn't mean that the likes of the Bundesliga shouldn't be playing. Absolutely idiotic kind of comments to even suggest that. Shout out to Jupiter watching from Somalia. So yeah, look, listen, where in the world are you watching? Do we have any German supporters in here? Any Bayern fans, any Berlin fans, even Dortmund, whoever it may be, or you just live in Germany? That's a great ball. What's Davis going to do with this cross? Sizes him up. Good ball. Gnabry. No, Gnabry couldn't get it out of his feet. Bit better from Bayern Munich there. Opening 15 minutes. That's all they've really done in the game, to be quite honest with you. again, you see this with Bayern, man. Thiago, man, as soon as the ball goes back to him, it's just beautiful, man. He's just so effortless on the ball. I don't think he has more than 2 touches. But yeah, Bayern, they're dominating the possession, 69% possession, but the best chances have been from Union Berlin, most definitely. But you've got to think maybe as the game goes on, Bayern Munich will get more into it and they will start to find their rhythm. Same thing with Borussia Dortmund yesterday. I felt in the opening 10, 15 minutes, they were a little bit flat and not, moving the ball around how they would normally. But that's really good defending. Really good defending. Pavard could not get past him there at all. Shout out to Luca, who lives in Berlin, but he's a Frankfurt fan, though. And do you know what's really fascinating as well? Because I don't know why I thought it was any differently. But obviously you hear the commentating and you've got Ian Dark and you've got Owen Hargreaves today. And I don't know why, but I never really thought how the commentators are commentating. I just thought that they would be there. I don't know why. It was just the last thing that I thought about, which is the commentators. And then I see, oh, that's brilliant. Is that in? He's given the goal. Bayern Munich have scored. And it was Gnabry. And then Muller, he could be offside. Oh, Muller. That's going to be disallowed, I think, because Muller was offside. And the thing is, if Muller had left that, not touched it, it's Gnabry's goal, there'd be no questions at all. Now they're going to check with VAR with this incident. Let's have a look here. The first header, Gnabry's onside. Muller was off. This part, oh, he's ahead of him. I think he looks ahead of him. That may well be given offside. And if he leaves that, if Thomas Muller leaves it, we're not even having these questions. Offside. No goal. And there we go. Disallowed. VAR does its work. And that's where a VAR is used perfectly. And it's done right because that was the right decision. It was offside. And Muller, yeah, look, listen, he's instinctive and, he's a poacher and he likes goals like that. But just leave it. Just leave it. Gnabry scores. And then we don't even have this question. Bayern Munich go 1-0 up. So, yeah, not great from Thomas Muller there. Should have just left that one alone. Love from East Finchley. Very exotic place. Yeah, Michael, I totally agree as well, mate. There was absolutely no reason why Muller touched the ball. Absolutely no reason. So what we got? 20 minutes gone in the game. And it's, yeah, Union Berlin have had the fair share of this game. And Munich, I suppose they're only really got into the game in the last 5 minutes or so. Had a goal disallowed. But it's quite even. A lot of possession by Bayern Munich, but you expect that anyway. And do remember as well, if you get to watch this stream a little bit later on, it's a foul on Pavard. If you get to watch this a little bit later on after the live feed and everything else, then you go into the comment section and just simply look at the pinned comment, and I will put a timestamp in there like I did with yesterday's game. So with the Borussia Dortmund game, I put a timestamp for the 4 goals. And I was also watching and keeping an eye on the Leipzig game and the goal that was disallowed for Freiburg against them in the last minute. So, you know, anything happens in this game, I will put a timestamp to it so that everybody can go and have a look without trying to find through 2 hours or whatever we're on live for worth of stuff. So make things a little bit easier for all of you. Again, Thiago's just dictating everything in the middle of the park. I really, really love that guy, man. I think he's so good, man. Let me just see this one through. Oh, Davis is in. That's a great ball. Oh, how has he missed that? Was that Lewandowski? Oh, the keeper got a little touch to it and it kind of just diverted it away. Was it Muller? But it kind of wrong-footed him and it went through his legs and it would have been a tap-in. And yeah, Bayern Munich have really started to come into the game in the last 5 minutes or so, and that's a real big chance. And Davis, that's the first time he's had to really get down that left-hand side and cause some problems. We have a question coming here from AJ Black. And again, Bayern Munich, very, very unlucky. And he says that he's from the US. Watching the MLS is a joke. Love Arsenal. Germany is beautiful. Went there, and England last summer. So, yeah, I see a lot of Americans saying that they don't like the MLS and that it's an absolute joke. But, you know, football's not the main sport in America because obviously you've got the likes of, you know, basketball, American football, and stuff like that. So, you know, whereas most of the European countries, the main sport is football. And I suppose it doesn't help with the fact that they call it soccer still. It's not. It's football. You use your foot and it's a ball. You know, what they call football, don't understand it because you don't use your foot. And it's an egg-shaped ball. That should be called handball. So, yeah, tomorrow we've got a game, and that is Werder Bremen against Bayer Leverkusen. That'd be an interesting game, that will. Werder Bremen in a lot of trouble. That's a poor ball. It's a poor ball. But we'll do a live for that as well tomorrow evening. And then, of course, do remember that, you know, from Monday to Friday, DT Daily is out. There's going to be doing that. Chris Owens says, try watching the Northern Irish League. I can't say I have, to be honest with you, mate. But yeah, before that goal was disallowed, I was talking about the commentators, and I was saying that I didn't really think too much into the commentary and what they were doing. You just presume that they're there and they're part of the setup and whatnot. But then I see something on social media from Ian Dark, one of the commentators, and it's all set up at home, like literally at their homes. They have all the stuff set up. to do the live commentary and everything. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. Like, you genuinely would not realize that they're not at the game. They're actually just at home in a room like I am now. Dangerous free kick to Union Berlin, just outside the edge of the box, at the angle. If you think of Thierry Henry's free kick against Roma back in the day, kind of that angle. I don't know whether he'll go for it from here, but it's a good chance to get a really dangerous delivery in the box. Joe Dempsey, DT, I'm glad Jermaine Genius isn't commentating. Well, so am I, because if he was, that would not be in my ear. Let's have a look at this free kick. That's a great ball. Corner. Very well defended. Oh, mate. Come down to Texas and we'll get you kitted out. I have no idea what that would mean and what it entails. So what goes down in Texas? What is it? American football? I'm presuming. But yeah, I do need to come over to America to see so many people with the when it goes to the preseason tour and everything else. But I was unable to go last year. But by the time we go back to America again, I'll be allowed. I definitely want to go to Australia. Love to go to Australia on a pre-season tour. And New Zealand as well. I've heard a lot of good things about New Zealand. A lot of New Zealand Gooners as well that I speak to and tell me to come over there. So most definitely, there are two places that I'd love to go to, which is New Zealand and Australia. I'd also like to go to different places in Africa as well. Nigeria, obviously, is one of the main ones that you would mention, given the Nigerian connection that Arsenal have had for quite a long time. Looks like he got a clash of heads there. Has he got up? Yeah, of course. You'll probably end up going to Rwanda, being Arsenal. Gnabry's in. That's a good ball. Unlucky, cleared. But yeah, because of our sponsors, obviously, and it says visit Rwanda. So no doubt Arsenal will probably visit there at some point. But yeah, there's so many places in Africa that we could go to. And the Arsenal support in Africa is absolutely insane. Kelechi would absolutely love it. He could be my tour guide. But I'd love that. And I'd also like to go to other places like India, Pakistan. You know, places that you wouldn't really think about going to as a holiday destination. And that's not being disrespectful to none of these countries or anything, but, you know, you just don't look at that as being a holiday destination right now, stuff like that. So, but if Arsenal ever played pre-season and went to the likes of India and stuff, then yeah, I'd be straight over there, man. And again, the fan base in India and Pakistan and places like that is absolutely insane. So, yeah, it'd be nice once all this is done anyway, just to get out there and start traveling again, man. And, you know, you're looking at it, should have been the final weekend of the Premier League today. We should have been playing Watford. And, yeah, you're just going to be taking a few weeks off, have a rest, go on holiday with the family and everything else, recharge the batteries, and then probably in, you know, 5 to 6 weeks' time, we're getting ready to go again and start on the pre-season tour to wherever that may well have been. Yeah, Bangladesh as well. Listen, you know, any of those places, I would love to. Saudi Arabia as well. You know, when I went over to Dubai for example, and it's just like my first time ever being in Dubai. And I know Dubai is the one place where you look at and you'll go, okay, that's, you know, everyone knows about Dubai and everything else. And it's just breathtaking. It was just such an amazing experience. And I can't wait. Should have been back there in March. Sorry. We should be going out there when we had the England internationals. We're going out there for a week. But also, you know, despite what some people will say, given the bad memories, but Baku in Azerbaijan. Now, that was actually my second time there because we played Karabag. So I went out there. I'm telling you now, yeah, it's such a beautiful place. I swear to God. Again, it's another place where you would look at and you would think, that's not my holiday destination. That's not where I'm going to end up. But I tell you something, I would go back there on holiday and I would take the family. The hotel we were in, it had like, you know, water parks inside there, football pitches. You literally didn't have to leave the hotel. It had everything, absolutely everything. And it was cheap, man. That's what I liked about it as well. Especially with Robbie. Hey, listen, don't listen to none of that Don Robbie stuff, man. Guy's tight as a fish's ass. He never gets his wallet out. New York is definitely, I went to New York when I was a lot younger, but New York is definitely a place that I would love to go to. I'll tell you an interesting thing about New York. Was that obviously everyone will have known about the film Home Alone. And of course, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. And this was probably one of the biggest disappointments of my life, and it ruined my childhood, is the fact that if you remember in number 2, there was the toy store. And I can't think for the life of me what the name of the toy store was called now. And it was, but where they were trying to rob, where Harry and Marv were trying to rob. And yeah, I always just presumed that that was a real toy store, that it was, you know, genuine. Lo and behold, it actually isn't a real toy store, and it was just made for the film. Gutted, absolutely ruined my childhood. Duncan's Toy Chest, that's the one. Thank you. Yes, Duncan's Toy Chest. It's not real. I actually thought it was a real toy shop in New York, and that I wanted to go there and go to this toy shop and just, you know what I mean? Just, yeah, it was mad. And then it was like, no, it ain't there. It's just the building. It's like, shit. Childhood done. DT is Kevin grown up. Yeah, Macaulay Culkin's well grown up now. Yeah, little kid no more. You know what? Yeah, I'll definitely go to Poland. You know, the ironic thing was that the Europa League finals in Poland this year. So I would have actually been going if we'd have reached the final again, but we didn't because we got knocked out by Olympiacos. I still can't believe Aubameyang missed that chance, man. Wounded. Yeah, quantity surveyors are definitely tight with their money. Dublin, been there already. When was it? Was it last season or the season before? When Arsenal played the pre-season tour in Ireland, and we played Chelsea out there in Dublin, and I was out there for that. And I'll tell you something, that was an experience. The fans in Dublin, we got absolutely mobbed outside the stadium. And the nightlife in the lanes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Brazil. Now that's a place I would love to go to, Brazil. So yeah, 35 minutes gone. There's no goals in the game, but it's been quite an entertaining game, to be quite honest with you. Chances for both sides. A lot of possession for Bayern. 66%. They've had 3 shots on in total, and Union Berlin have had 2. But it's been a decent game. It's been relatively even. Yeah, South Africa. Do you know what the thing about that as well is? My godmother lives in South Africa. She lived there for years and years, but she always said about coming over to South Africa. Oh, no, it's not in. Yeah, they have safe standing places here. Listen, it's the same. It's like with the yellow wall. It's not seating, it's standing. Oh, that's a little bit late from Davis. They're all crowding around the referee. My word. He wants to be really injured because the way he's screaming on the floor, I don't think it was anything malicious in that from Davis, to be quite honest with you. What's your overall thoughts on the Bundesliga starting this season back without fans? Well, look, at the end of the day, Germany's a lot safer than the UK, and they're way, way ahead of us in terms of their advancement, and their, the infection rate's less, the deaths are less. So yeah, I don't see what the issue is because everything's a lot further ahead. But yeah, it's completely different to the UK. Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting one, whether the Champions League's going to get used again, and whether, whether they're going to get back underway. I just can't see how they're going to complete the current Champions League competition. I really can't, because, the likes of PSG, for example, they're through to the quarterfinals already, but their season's done, finished. They're not going to be playing any sport again until September. So what do? Have to wait for PSG? Because they can't play a home leg. Because obviously they're not allowed to play. So is it one leg and they'll have to go over there? But then how do you expect them to just play a game when they haven't played in months? And teams here are going to be playing matches and well ahead. Oh, penalty. Subotic. Oh, yeah. Play troops in a game of FIFA. See who is king. He already knows I'm the king of FIFA. And I need a pen. Because there is a pen. Here we go. Lewandowski. Here we go. Lewandowski stepping up. Here he goes. Mate. In you go. 1-0. Bayern Munich. Lewandowski. Bit of a strange run up. So, yeah, that's a great goal for Bayern to score just before half-time as well. Surprised he didn't do one of his TikTok dances. Shout out to Mohammed in Indonesia as well. So that is 40th goal of the season. Yeah, that's a good goal to score for Bayern Munich just before half-time as well. Ooh. Just when I needed a pen as well. Can never find anything when you need it. Thoughts on the full-time Devil lads, and will you ever do a video with them? No. Quite simply, absolutely no chance will I do anything with full-time Devils. People know my thoughts on one person there in particular, and there's a reason why the United Stand is a bigger Manchester United fan channel than theirs now. They're not very likable. Oh, where the hell's a pen when you need one? Oh, well, can't find a pen then. There we go. Oh, you know what? Good shout. Yeah, use Notepad. There's me sitting there doing that, and I could have just... Oh, he's in. He's in. Oh, it's poor, man. He was in. What are you doing? Let's have a look. There we go. So what we got left? Couple of minutes till half time. What's everyone's thoughts on the first half so far? I've actually enjoyed it, to be quite honest with you. I thought it's been a decent game. I think the first half's gone really quick, to be honest with you. DT, your son is a licensed SIA officer, right? I'm looking into that career path. Does he enjoy it? Yes, he is. And he works in security as well. That's what he does. He works in security, sorry. But yeah, he enjoys it. It's all right. He does what he needs to do. Earns the money. You get the right places. You know, since the coronavirus has been going on and everything else, it's he's been doing all the main shopping places, you know, the Asda's and Morrison's and whatnot. And he actually said that when it all first started, he actually had more trouble in a supermarket than in a nightclub. You know, the shops would open at like 7 a.m. and by 1:15, they'd already caught 2-3 shoplifters. And just people trying to take the piss and using the fact that you can wear a mask and gloves around the shops as a way of getting away with teeth in something. Unbelievable. 4 minutes of injury time. It's long for a first half. That's a great touch. Good block. Good touch from Muller there, but a very good block. That's a foul. Tell you something, I've heard so many players screaming when they get tackled in this first half. What happens to the FA Cup? I don't think that's going to get played, to be quite honest with you. I think that'll just be voided. Have I been to Ireland? Yes, I have. I was on Arsenal's last tour there in Dublin. Can't get caught on the ball there, man. Yeah, it's well done. Good defending. Andrew Chow says, DT, that penalty, if this was a Premier League game, you know the players would rush straight to the referee and protest furiously. Thoughts on that? Yeah, that just seems to be the thing now. Nobody seemed to appeal or say a word in that. I don't think that even went to VAR, did it, to see if it was a penalty. But in the Premier League, I think maybe now VAR's here. It's given players a license to just moan about everything and try and contest it. That's a decent cross. I was unlucky. It's a corner. Yeah, Jorginho does do it all the time for Chelsea. Norwich is all right, man. When I went to Norwich, Jesus, man, I got there late, man. I didn't do anything except go in the ground, watch the game, come out, go home. It's freezing. I sitting on the riverbank drinking in freezing weather. Allow that. You've got to be buzzing if you're a cameraman, and you get to watch the games. I'm actually going to be there to watch the games, man. Mate, still going. It's mad, isn't it? Like, whenever they kick the ball, how loud it is, the echo. Yeah, Bayern looking pretty comfortable. I think Union Berlin need to get in at half-time and, you know, have a regroup and a look at their shape and whatnot. That's a good ball. Oh! Pavard, that reminded me of his goal in the World Cup when the ball laid out to him, but he obviously went near post for this one, whereas the one in the World Cup, he obviously went outside and in. And that's half-time. 1-0 to Bayern Munich. It's been a decent 45 minutes, to be quite honest with you. I thought that was been all right. Yeah, my watch is telling me to get up. It's like, time to stand up. I mean, sitting still for too long. Shut up. But, yeah, we... why don't I ever remember anything, man? Where the hell's that gone? Oh, there it is. Wait there. Oh, need a drink. Got to get that water in me. Yeah, so it was a decent first half, to be quite honest with you. I enjoyed that. That was all right. Wasn't bad at all. Thought the football was quite decent. I think Bayern Munich was slow to get into the game, and then they took a hold of it after about 20 minutes, and then it was pretty comfortable for them. When is the next podcast? I think we film it on Tuesday, and it comes out on Tuesday. I think the ones we film on Friday come out on Saturday. Oh, is that running down as well? My word. I'd show you some of my old shirts, but they're not here. I'm in my office, and they're not in my office. So let's go and get through some of the questions, shall we? Put your questions in now. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Coutinho, but I don't think he will. Yes, I was there. I was at Old Trafford and I was at Anfield. Very, very blessed to see Arsenal win the league at rivals' grounds. Very, very good. What do you want me to give you a wave? Come on, man. I knew my battery pack was going. Yes, I am watching on BT Sport. The Lucas Torreira situation, I spoke about that on the podcast, didn't I, with Robbie, man? It's one of those, man. He's always seemed homesick to me. Like he always wants to go back to Italy. See a lot of comments talking about the Lacazette situation. God almighty. Let's have a look here. Seeing what everyone's saying in relation to it. Cool, look at that. Mad. So yeah, let's have a look and see what everyone's saying. For everyone asking what Lacazette has done, there's pictures of him inhaling balloons. Yeah, it's not great. It's not legal, but it's not great for an athlete to be doing that. I've been to Plymouth once, many years ago. Guendouzi, future talent or wasted potential. He could be a future talent, but he needs to not waste his potential. You know, some of the antics and some of the stuff that he gets up to, from what I've heard, is, you know, wasn't meant to have a volume up on that, so you probably get that cutting. Let's try and keep up with some of these. The comments are absolutely mad. DT, have you ever been to Kent? Loads of time. A lot of my family live in Kent. They live in Ramsgate and Margate. And when I was a kid, I used to go there a lot. Favorite stadium you've been to? Oh, I love the Bernabeu. I love that. Nou Camp. National Stadium in Singapore was nice. It's a stadium in Dublin as well. Is it the Aviva Stadium? That was nice. It's loads, man. Loads. Have you ever seen Ian Wright? Yes, loads of times. I've seen Ian Wright and had many conversations with him. Would you have your team play SE Dons? 100%. I'm trying to get it organised. And once we're allowed back, then, yeah, we'll make that happen. But I'd love to play SE Dons all day long. Let's go through some of these. Have I been to Wales? Yes, I have. Cardiff. Been to Swansea. So yeah, I've been to Wales. Have I ever been to Switzerland? Yes, I have. I went to Basel out there. Do you want Leeds back in the Premier League? I think it'd be good if they come back into the Premier League. Their support deserves it. It's been a long, long time. DT, have you ever been to Luton? Where's that? No idea, mate. Shout out to Nerman. I think I pronounced that right, from Nepal. Would you allow Wenger to manage DTFC? Nah. I do just as good a job, thank you very much. Trophy in my first season, more than Spurs. You could buy any player in the summer, who would it be? Obviously, realistic signing. Upper Meccano. Been saying to sign him for about 2 years, man. Where in Luton did you go to school? Initially, I went to Halliard, and that lasted a few months. And then ended up in Lee Manor in Marsh Farm. So I was brought up in Lucy and went to school in Marsh Farm. Listen, if you're from Luton and you know the two areas, yeah, I get the best of both worlds. Yeah, some good times, man. And I've got a lot of friends still from school days, man, that I still talk to now via Facebook and stuff, but those were the days, man. Yes, I will be still taking trials for my team. Everyone that's applied, you'll know about it in due course once we can arrange matches and whatnot, and we can get things going. Robbie's always got an expert, a French expert, Bundesliga expert, just every expert. I've watched enough of Upper Meccano to judge for myself. I don't need an expert to tell me. When are you dyeing your hair? I'm not. I'm shaving it off. Mate, my barber's just got loads of certificates and stuff for being able to cut hair for, the COVID-19 and whatnot. I can't wait. I'm going to let him cut a few people's hair first, though, just so we can, get back into the rhythm of it again. It's like playing football again. You're a bit rusty in them opening 10, 15 minutes. So I don't want his rustiness taken out on my head straight away. So I'll let him just warm himself up a bit first, and then I'll have mine done. Ashley Booth says that he would take Lewis Dunk as well. Tried and tested in the Premier League. There's another player that I spoke about over a year ago, and people laughed at me when I said it. I said that he's tried and tested in the Premier League, and I think that we're fixated on these big names and these big signings, and there's some players that just seem unfashionable because he plays for Brighton and he looks unconventional, shall we say. And there seems to be that, side of things, but I've got no problem with him. Cody at Wolves, very good season. He's been decent since I've been back in the Premier League. I will bring that series back with the potential signings, but obviously I've got to wait till this season finishes and know what the situation is. Will there even be transfers allowed? A transfer window? No, not Tyrone Mings, not for me. How much money would it take you to put on a Spurs top? Absolutely nothing. You couldn't pay me anything. I could be broke and you could offer me all the money in the world and I still won't put it on. DT Daily is back tomorrow. It's only out Monday to Friday. I have the weekend off. Some weird adverts on telly, man. Seriously. I wouldn't take Nathan Ake with his price tag. My word, have you seen what they're trying to get for him? Jesus. Ridiculous amounts. How long we got until the football's back on? I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee, I think. That's what I want to go and get. So you lot talk amongst yourself and enjoy it. I'll be back in 1 minute. Oh, and the game started again. I missed the first 20 seconds of the game. Lucky it went a goal. So my selection this time, I got a vanilla latte. Gotta love a latte when you're an Arsenal fan. Oh, Gnabry, that was unlucky. That chance already at the start of the second half for Bayern Munich. Shout out to Ashley from Swindon. Been to Swindon before. I was there when Arsenal beat them. Kevin Campbell scored a hat-trick. And Ian Wright in the last few seconds hit an absolute worldie. Oh, that was really unlucky. Good save by Neuer, that. Yeah, the tempo's been really good in this game, to be fair. Both sides have played really well. I'm doing all right. I've actually got toothache at the moment, man. I don't know what it is. I woke up today and I've got a toothache and it's just done nothing but piss me off. I'm just popping loads of painkillers at the moment to get rid of it because it's doing my nutting. It's the last thing that I need, man. Dentists are not open. They can't see anyone or anything. What was the worst trouble you have ever experienced or seen personally? Probably the UEFA Cup final in Copenhagen when we played Galatasaray in 2000. There's actually a report in there. He's in. Oh, Goretzka. Just wide. That's really good play from Bayern. Corner. But yeah, wow, that was mad. That was, back then in the semi-final, if I remember rightly, Leeds played Galatasaray in the semi. And that was where 2 Leeds fans were killed in Turkey. And when it came to the final and we played Galatasaray, I remember being out there and there was like fans there that were, I'm not even going to say who they were. They were supporters of other teams, put it that way. And they all went out there for one reason and one reason only, which was to get payback to the Galatasaray fans. And I remember the main square in the afternoon, there was one point where it just went off and mate, it was all over the news, everything. If you've never seen it, put Arsenal, Galatasaray, UEFA Cup final 2000, I think it was. Put that into Google and put, crowd violence and whatever, and there'll be some videos and you'll see some of the stuff that was going on. People were getting bikes licked off their head, chairs, people walking around with like humongous knives and mate, mad, absolutely mad. So yeah, I'd say that's probably my worst. What is that? It says DT use what? Is that L'Oreal extra strength? L'Oreal, that sounds like hair shampoo. Hold on a minute. Let's go through some of these questions, trying to get back up to it. Yeah, it's the anniversary of us beating Hull in the FA Cup final today. Tell you something, you wouldn't want to see my mood in that opening 10 minutes. Bloody hell, I was fuming. I think that was before the matchday vlogs, so I don't think there's a video of it. Kieran's not at Stevenage anymore, but he will be semi-pro with us next season. But I'm just happy he's enjoying his football again. He's over his leg break now. Took a bit longer than... that was lucky. A bit longer than expected. It was a serious injury, though. Double leg break. But last season, he was better than I've ever seen him. He was on fire last year, man. Have I experienced any trouble with Spurs away from home? Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I genuinely love it. Listen, walking down Tottenham High Road, man, we've had pints and bottles of piss thrown at us. We've had coins lobbed at our heads, and Tottenham High Road is an emotional place, man. That's just like, wow. Yeah. It's mad. And then obviously, as I started becoming more well-known through AFTV, I became more of a target. And the last time at Spurs Stadium was the one where Robbie got surrounded and they threw like a gas grenade at him. And I was literally about 5 steps behind, and I was actually protecting my son. My oldest boy, Kieran, was with me, but he was only like 15 then or something like that, 14, 15. And I was protecting him. And one guy got in my face with a phone and was trying to be a bit mouthy. And yeah, he didn't have a phone left after that. But then that kind of attracted a bit of attention. And then it all kind of like got on top. It was an emotional day, man. It ended up with me, Robbie, my son, and who else was it? There was a couple of other people in the back of a police riot van being driven out of White Hart Lane. They were the times. Thomas Muller's through. That's a good cutback. That's a great ball. Oh, Lewandowski tried heading it back across to Gnabry. Was unlucky. Oh, I thought Lewandowski might have had a go there, you know. Oh, Paved, man, that's a miss. Oh, how's he missed that? Oh, to be fair, it wasn't really a free header. It just kind of smacked him more than anything, and that was just wide. That was unlucky. Yeah, Ashley, listen, man, I can imagine if, you know, one of your players breaks his leg and the other team are laughing, it will kick off. And yeah, I couldn't imagine anyone laughing if one of my players broke their leg or something. What would happen? Jesus, some of my players. It's a bit end-to-end this second half, man. It's very, very good tempo to the game. That was another chance for Union Berlin. I was unlucky. It's well wide in the end, but they're causing some problems, man. They're causing some problems. Bayern Munich, they're going to need that second goal to see this one through. I can actually see why Bayern Munich would have had problems in this game if Union Berlin would have had their fans there. They're a decent side, man. I've been really impressed with them. The quality of, Bayern Munich will always shine through, but Union Berlin have done well. They've stuck with them. They've had some good moments. Oh, another player rolling around, man. Come on. So one thing I've seen with this game is the constant rolling around, man. And he's tackled me. Come on, man. Behave yourself, man. Would you swap the Invincibles for a Champions League all day long? You still win the league, don't you? I'd love a Champions League. Really nice passing from Bayern. Subotic looks well off the pace, man. Favorite TV series? Only Fools and Horses. You don't look old enough to have a son of Kieran's age. Thank you. No, I feel it at the moment. Where is it? Jesus Christ, man. He's 20 years old in 2 months. In July, he's 20 years old. Yeah, Mbappe is definitely like Henry, just the way that he plays as well, and the angles and the runs and the finishing, the confidence, but he's got the ability to surpass him. But I do think that he's going to end up moving on from PSG eventually to really, go up that next level. So we've got 15 minutes gone in the second half, 30 to go. Very even game at the moment. Very, very even. No, I'm not getting into their debate. I'm not getting into whatever happened between them. Babs is a good kid, man. Oh, here we go. They're all flying in. Yep, love this. No one's social distancing now, are ya? Not really in that. I don't know why they're giving that. Favorite 3 German stadiums? Dortmund, obviously. I do like the Allianz. And I also liked Frankfurt. I love their stadium, man. I loved it. Like the day before we went to the stadium and everything else, and you have like the training pitches just outside the stadium, and it was calm, man. And some of the Frankfurt players were actually on the training pitch just having a little jog round, light training session and whatnot. And I'm just standing there bowling next to him with Robbie, just like, all right. Beautiful stadium though, man. It's nice, man. I liked it. Good atmosphere. And yeah, one thing I will say though, and I nearly got myself caught out, was that we was with somebody that lives in Germany, a friend of mine that said he would pick us up from our hotel and take us to the game and everything. And he's an Arsenal fan. And he actually lives in Munich. And we went to the car park at Frankfurt, and it was right in the middle of their end. And it was right where they have like this, they all gather and meet in this field right near the stadium. And it's like with all their ultras and everything there and stuff. And I was like, oh, shit, me. I was like, here we go. So you just kind of walk through and just nodding your head like, all right. Yeah. Let me get out of here real quick. That's a good save by Neuer. Yeah, look, Robbie's saying there that I went through the ultras area. Yeah, I did. I didn't know. And it wasn't until it was too late that I realized I went through the ultras area, and I was like, oh my God. Gnabry, oh, lucky. Oh, just overplaying, not quite. What's YouTube not doing? Sending notifications? What, when I'm on live or something, when the video's out? Do you know what? This has been a problem for a lot of people. That half of the people that are subscribed or got the notifications on, it don't even notify them. I'll be taking that up with them again tomorrow. Jesus, I probably own about 100 odd hats. Mate, I've got too many. Can you not hear them? That's nice. Oh, trying to just find that last piece of the jigsaw to break through Bayern. Do you know what? They just showed a camera angle there. And it's like from behind the goal. So you see the stand where the camera's facing at the moment, like where the camera position is. And it looks like there's people sitting in the seats in certain areas and up the top area. Did anyone see that image where Neuer was palming the ball away? And it looked like there were people just sitting randomly up the back and stuff. And you go, well, who are they? Like, are players allowed family members there? Or is it literally just club officials only? Reporters. So reporters are allowed to be there. I need to go and get media accreditation, and then I can go to the Arsenal games. Love the Prison Break series, man. Have you ever lost to Robbie? You seem to win everything. Nah, W's only. If you were offered £10 million, would you swap allegiances to Tottenham? Nope. It's a really good intensity to this game. I know there's only been one goal in it, but I think this has been a real high intensity game. We're going towards the last 20 minutes or so now, and this may be where things start to go down a little bit. We don't know, but there's 5 subs that they can use now. And a corner to Union Berlin. Would you take Gnabry back all day long? Mate, I'm going to proper go and try and see if I can get my media accreditation, man. I'm going to go to watch the games. Mate, you literally just see me in the background. Just and hear me as well. Bayern moving the ball really well. Can see why Union Berlin are tired or getting tired. Yeah, let's take my draw. Oh, you had one question for Wenger. What would it be? Why did he stay after the cup final against Hull? Why didn't he leave on a high? Yeah, interesting game tomorrow as well. Werder Bremen against Leverkusen. Leverkusen are one of the top sides. And Werder Bremen, what's that? Nearly 60 years in the Bundesliga and the top flight. And they're second bottom. And they're struggling. They're way off. So be interesting to see what happens. I can only see Bayern Munich scoring again, honestly. Just pulling strings, man. Oh, it's nice. Unlucky. Yeah, Union Berlin are struggling, man. They're heavy breathing. They were chasing a lot of the ball. Like to see the possession now. I think Bayern must be well into the 70s in terms of possession. Yeah, here we go. Double substitution for Union Berlin. Yeah, Ujal's coming off. And Anderson does come on now. Question from Pav. I hope you're well, DT. Do you think the FA have used this time to fix some of their shambles of the use of VAR? Probably not, to be honest with you. Interesting to see whether they have done anything about it, but probably not. Still probably a load of crap. Probably first game back, we'll still end up having a load of rubbish to deal with. That's nice. Nice. Oh, Bayern have got to find that second goal, man. Otherwise they could come unstuck. Oh, do you remember that video where our phone talked what? Adrian Durham, mug. And he couldn't handle the fact that I was just literally just educating him. And then he was like, oh, why don't you use your real name? Why are you calling yourself DT? Totally off subject. You knew you couldn't win the argument, so you thought you would just start randomly chatting shit. And then he cut me off. Tell you something, the passing and moving of Bayern is just beautiful to watch. So nice. Literally 1-2 touch football, man. It's beautiful. Who do I choose to support in this league? I like Bayern Munich, but I do like Borussia Dortmund more. Maybe because I've been there so many times and we've been so well looked after by the fans when we go there. Atmosphere is amazing. And they've never absolutely battered us at their place like Bayern Munich have. So it's probably one of the reasons why. We've got left 15 minutes to go. And it's in the balance still, even though Bayern Munich, they're looking very, very strong. They're dominating possession, getting more chances. Yeah, Iwobi for 40 million is the best thing Arsenal have done for years. Yeah, I can't believe we've still got £40 million for him. I've not watched the Michael Jordan documentary yet, but I will be watching it very soon. Oh, what kind of finish was that? It was dreadful. Yeah, Union Berlin, they look like they're starting to really blow now. And this is where their fans would have helped them, that 12th man, just to push them on. Because the game is still there. Yeah, I've seen Sunderland till I die. It's an actual wall with a Highbury sign. Good cross. Good ball. That's poor from Subotic. Absolutely dreadful. It's Gnabry. Coleman. Oh, my word. Bayern will be kicking themselves if they don't go and win this game, that's for sure. Yeah, Union Berlin, man, they're going to have to start going for it. Last 10 minutes, they've got nothing to lose. You know, they'd probably said before the game, 10 minutes to go, 1-0 down, would be a good result so far, and giving them an opportunity to go for something. And that's what Bayern Munich have got to watch out for, because they've had so much possession and dominated so much. Would you rather Emery back or Jose? Neither, thanks. Oh, Gnabry. Good save by the goalkeeper. And again, another chance missed by Munich. Will we ever see Arsenal win the league in our lifetime? I don't know about your lifetime, but in my lifetime, I'm lucky to have seen it. So I'm all right. I just won the Champions League. Oh, Robert, come on, mate. You're going to have to be better than that with those names, mate. Don't lose the ball there. That's a bad first touch. Bit of corner, though. Oh, he smashed into them advertising boards. Jesus. Oh! Oh, and he scores as well. And literally my light just blew. Oh, what about that? How about that? My light just blew as it went 2-0. Wait there. Stupid thing. Absolutely atrocious. What's going on? There we go. There we go. What did I miss? I saw the goal. And when was that? Do you know what I mean? That header was so powerful, it blew my light out. So, yeah, that's got to be it now. Game done and dusted. Under 10 minutes to go. And was that the next game? Another game on Friday night, which is Union Berlin against Hertha Berlin on Friday evening. That's a derby. Gutted there can't be no fans in that either, man. I'm going to watch that one as well. So we're going to be live tomorrow night because we've got that big game there. And then we've got the game on Friday as well, which I was just saying. And then, of course, the rest of the Bundesliga action over the course of the weekend. It's a good cross, just a bit too far. I think Union Berlin, they've done really well, to be quite honest with you. I thought they've had some decent moments in the game. I think that they can, be proud of their performance today. But ultimately, Bayern Munich were just too strong and too good. And that second goal has effectively just killed the game off now. And it means that they won't come back to look at all those missed chances and rue them. But yeah, I think it's been a very, very solid game from Bayern Munich. Very good performance. And it was the win that they needed. Obviously, after Borussia Dortmund, being such convincing winners yesterday, I think it shows why they're the two best teams in the Bundesliga at the moment. The 26th is Bayern Munich against Dortmund. I just see that in the comment section, so that'd be fun. Could well decide the Bundesliga, that, couldn't it? Yeah, Perisic is back. Obviously, Coleman's back today. So maybe the lockdown has helped Bayern Munich in some respects in getting some of their injured players back and everything else. If you look at Dortmund yesterday, they actually came back weaker than when they broke up. So, I don't know how their players have all been getting injured and taking knocks and whatnot when they ain't even been playing. You ain't going to get me wearing a Tottenham shirt for anything. Everyone keeps asking this, but it just ain't never, ever going to happen. Full stop, period. Lucas says that he actually had tickets for Hertha against Union and he's gutted. Mate. Mönchengladbach yesterday, I'm really impressed with them. And they're a very good attacking side. Their strike force is really good. One of the best attacks in the Bundesliga. Yeah, Troop still does have to do the forfeit. So what we got? Just under, about 4 minutes to go? So give me a chance for yous here that don't know already. If you look, I keep doing it the wrong way every time. This way, this here, look, just there. Join the DTFC FIFA team. Links in the description. Go there, click it, sign up. First games will be on Friday. and you'll get the opportunity in the tournament to get all the way to the final. You get all the way to the final, you win it, you win £500, and you can be in the DTFC FIFA team. And we're going to be going the same way as some of you would have seen, hashtag and whatnot, and professional clubs that have FIFA teams now and everything else. This is the same thing. And this is your chance to be part of the DTFC team. So, yeah, if you want to know, then have a look. Go to the description, click the link, get involved. And you can be anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter where you are. You can ask me as much as you want. Oh, what about anywhere? You can be anywhere in the world. Xbox, PS4. Doesn't matter. Get involved. I might join AFTV because I'm bad at FIFA. Listen, it'd be another L for AFTV anyway. Robbie's desperate to win something against me. I just sit there laughing. When Blood Brothers 3 does start again, to show how much it doesn't really bother me in terms of the games, I'm going to be playing a reserve team in Blood Brothers 3, and we'll still beat AFTV. Can't wait to get going with the lads this season, man. Everything that we've got in store. Oh, mate, what kind of question's that? Would you rather 1 month with Robbie in lockdown or 1 month with troops in lockdown? Wow. I think I'd be able to handle Robbie a lot better than troops. I just don't know if I could deal with his energy like for a whole month. Just waking up in the morning. What blood? Oh, mate. No. I've stayed in hotels on European away days with troops and stuff, man. And like, after a couple of days, you're just like that. Oh, my God. Probably thinks the same about me, to be fair. But Robbie, now, this is the thing. Robbie hates when me and troops are together because we're a right handful. And we're always up to something. And we're always doing something that we shouldn't be. That's what we got left. Muller coming off last minute. Manager goes to give him the elbow bump, social distancing, and Muller decides to try and kung fu kick him instead because he can't be bothered. Oh, nearly a goal there for Berlin. Very good opportunity. A very good save by Manuel Neuer. Straight at him, to be fair. Is there a gold trophy if we go invincible in Blood Brothers? There bloody better be. But yeah, we will be defending our title. So much football for us next season, man. We've got our league competition. We've got 2 cup competitions. And then I've got a reserve side going into another YouTube league. And then I've got Blood Brothers 3. So much, man. So much. But the priority on league, man, I want that league title. I want to do it on the proper stage. And I want that league title, man. I'm telling you. I'm going for that all day long. Yeah, I've seen some of Troopsy's daily vlogs. Some of you have only just realized what his 2 boys are like, Trey and Carter. Love them kids to pieces, man. Anything that I see them do, especially the devil one, does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. And trust me, Troops knows it. I've seen it. And I've got the same situation. I've got a 4-year-old as well. I swear to God, oh my dear Lord, he does my nutting. Oh, and the mouth on him. You tell him to do so. It's like, what? Yeah, he's mind your business. Oh, mate. Yeah, like I said, man, I love them kids to death, man. Absolutely brilliant kids, man. You can be very proud of the way he's brought up those boys, man. And they definitely got their own personalities. But they are chalk and cheese. One's just very, very quiet and just likes to chill a bit. And then Carter's just like an absolute lunatic. He's like my young boy. Jesus Christ. The DTFC games will not be live streamed, but there will be every game is going to be filmed properly. And I mean, how you would watch the games on your television from a proper crane, all done properly. There'll be pitch side staff. I've got a proper editor in that's going to edit all the videos each and every week. And what we're going to do is that the videos are going to come out every single week, and we're going to have a set day, like a Sunday at 6 p.m, something like that, where every game will come out simultaneously, week after week after week. Even if we play on a Wednesday, then that Sunday, the game will come out and so on, and it will just continue. So we want to get some consistency. We want to get some kind of, understanding so that people know. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the DTFC channel, then make sure you subscribe. Go into my channels and you'll see DTFC channel there and get yourself going. We're going on for 1,000 subscribers and I want to get that. But listen, that's the end of the game. Bayern Munich, 2-0 winners. Very comfortable in the end. Very good game. I enjoyed that one. That was very good intensity. I like that. I really like that. So what I will say is thank you to every single one of you that have joined me today for the last couple of hours. It's been an absolute pleasure. Also, what's my phone doing? Oh, look. See, people are telling me that you're subscribing already. So keep doing that. Just keep going. Shout out to Harry Robinson, who's actually just subscribed to the DTFC channel. So, look, listen, I will be back tomorrow evening for the game, Wolfsburg. Make sure you join me for that one. Tomorrow morning as well, DT Daily. And, look, listen, man, thank you to every single one of you that are here. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. It means everything. So I will see you lot soon. And I'm out of here.